Welcome to the BRC Disaster Desk. After months of uncertainty surrounding DHS funding, FEMA is back open and operational. But that does not mean everything is suddenly back to normal. Returning staff are now working through a significant backlog of grants, reviews, obligations, and disaster recovery activities that piled up during the disruption. Communities waiting on mitigation funding, project approvals, and technical reviews should expect FEMA teams to be moving carefully as operations stabilize. At the same time, one of the biggest mitigation opportunities currently available is moving forward fast. FEMA's Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities program, better known as BRIC, is now accepting applications, with a federal deadline of July 23, 2026. One important eligibility requirement for BRIC is that applicants must have been included in a federal disaster declaration within the last 7 years. Normally, that limits eligibility for some communities. But because nearly every jurisdiction in the country was impacted by federally declared COVID-19 disasters, that requirement is effectively satisfied for a very large portion of local governments and public entities across the United States. In other words, many communities that may have assumed they were ineligible should probably take another look. A few quick BRIC tips based on FEMA's current evaluation criteria. First, project readiness matters more than ever. FEMA is placing significant emphasis on projects that are already scoped, planned, and capable of moving quickly. Communities with completed engineering, permitting progress, environmental reviews, or defined scopes are likely to score better. Second, align projects with risk reduction and infrastructure resilience. FEMA is prioritizing projects that clearly reduce future disaster costs, protect critical infrastructure, and demonstrate measurable community benefits. And third, don't overlook building code and mitigation planning components. FEMA's updated scoring framework gives meaningful weight to stronger building codes, resilience standards, and broader mitigation strategies tied to long-term community preparedness. One additional reminder, many states have internal deadlines that are earlier than FEMA's July 23 deadline, so local governments should be coordinating with their State Hazard Mitigation Office now, not later. For communities considering flood mitigation, hardening critical infrastructure, drainage improvements, backup power, utility resilience, wildfire mitigation, or other long-term resilience investments, this is one of the largest federal mitigation opportunities currently available. We'll continue tracking FEMA developments, mitigation funding, and what they mean for state and local agencies here on the BRC Disaster Desk. I'm Megan Rains. Stay safe out there.